Welcome back to a new video, guys. Today we are doing an update video on something I have not updated you guys on for a year now. Simply because the fact is I wanted to wait and see how well it was performing before I mention it again. And I'm pretty sure all you newcomers that are to the channel don't even know about this because it's a very old video, and yeah, 1 year does not sound like a long time ago, but it feels like it was a very long time ago since I brought this up. So a while ago I did a video, there will be a link down below if you wanted to watch that, of the issue that I was suffering for a very long time. And funny enough, the very early videos of my channel was the time when I was suffering with this. It's a real thing, it's not fake, it's not something that's put on, it's not just in your head, it's very real. I suffered with a thing called agoraphobia. I think that's how you say it. And basically what that did to me, it stopped me from going out, leaving my house, doing things, drinking, smoking, all those things basically. And so what would happen is if I leave my house, I would go into a full-blown panic and I could not breathe, and I just couldn't do it. It was impossible. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't even go to the shops with RJ. And it was really bad. It was bad for RJ. It was bad for me. I mean, RJ wanted to go watch movies. She wanted to go do things. She wanted to go swim. Yeah, so I really just couldn't do anything. So then I had some dentist work that I needed to be done. And trust me, that was not easy. And I still need dentist work done. You know, we always leave it to the last minute. You know how it goes, yes? So I needed to get it done. There was no choice. You can't leave something like that. It can get really bad and get really worse. So I went to the doctor to get something to calm me down in these moments, and he gave me something. And that's when it all changed. It was extremely difficult for me to go to the doctor because that was one of the biggest things I panicked about. I was worried that I would go into a full-blown panic in the doctor's office and I couldn't breathe and I would fall over, because that's how you feel like. And I went there without medication. I had nothing, and I did panic when I was there, and I did go through it, and I had a problem. But he sat down with me. The doctor then asked me a few questions, and as soon as I answered a few questions of his, he knew exactly what was wrong with me, and he gave me a couple of checks. He checked my heart rate, he checked my blood pressure, he checked my sugar levels and all that stuff, and he said there's nothing wrong with you. So that was great. And then he said the only thing that is a problem is there are signals in your brain that are not functioning properly, and you can get medication for this. And luckily enough, there's a new medication that came out that is really helpful and doesn't have side effects at all. That's actually a lie. There was side effects. I'll explain that in a bit. So he subscribed me a medication called Lexamol, and in my previous video I didn't mention the name of the medication. So I take Lexamol. I've been taking it for a year, 1 year now, from the previous video. It might be a little bit more than just a year, but how this medication has affected me. So when I started the medication, it took a very long time to kick in, and it took me, I think it took me about 4 months, and then I started feeling different, quite different. The first few months I was really tired. Those were the side effects. I was so tired. This thing made me so tired, and I was sleeping all the time. I wasn't stressed or anything. I was just really tired. And even if you go back, I think that when I announced that video, a lot of the streams that I did then, it was so difficult for me because I was just so tired and I couldn't finish the stream and I was falling asleep. And that was one of the side effects. And then after like 4 months, I did feel different. I felt like I wasn't all myself, but it did help me and I did not panic. After a few more months, I started getting myself a little bit more back, and I was muted. I have been muted for a whole year now. I can't get really happy. I can't get really sad, and it's still like that. You know, I'm very muted. It's very hard to make me sad, and it's very hard to make me happy. Is it a good or bad thing? I don't know. It's a tricky thing. It really is. When I panicked, that was definitely the worst thing I've ever experienced, and I don't want to go back to that. So I'd rather be like this than be like who I was before, definitely. I don't feel strange, and I'm quite happy the way I am. I don't need to change. But I did lose a lot of my happy moments, and I feel very dull, kind of. I'm not saying that I'm not unhappy. I'm quite happy with my life, of course. But look what I've managed to accomplish with this medication. 1 year ago, I was sitting in my room and I couldn't leave. Now I'm sitting in my own place that I'm renting, and I'm living far away from home, guys. I'm like an hour to 2 hours away from where I used to stay. I'm living in a new neighborhood. I'm far from my family. I'm far from my old house where I couldn't leave. And I've accomplished so much with this medication. And if anybody else suffers with the same thing, I would recommend it to you. Don't let, hey, I'm not myself, get you down. That was one of my biggest worries as well when I first started doing that. I was worried that I would lose myself completely and just not be myself and be a walking zombie, but it was not like that. I still have full control of my body. I have full control of my thoughts. I don't feel any different, really. It's just that I'm quite muted, like I said. But yeah, this medication has been a blessing in disguise. Now, I am due to go back and get a resubscription for this thing, and I'm going to try and go down one. Because this is 10 mg. I'm going to go down to 5 mg and see how I do. If it doesn't do well, then I'll just go back to 10. But this medication cannot be stopped just abruptly. You can't just say, listen, I'm done with this medication, I'm going to stop. You will have very, very, very bad side effects. So I can't just stop the medication. It's in my system. And I've had a friend who actually stopped the similar medication and it ruined him so badly. It's kind of scary to think that I'm on medication that I can't stop. I was very scared when I did that. But I'm fine. I'm doing well, and this medication has helped me for the better, and I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't be happier. I also got a lot less shy. I noticed I found myself going out more. I found myself going to places where I would usually avoid, like malls, restaurants. That was something that I didn't be able to do. Now I can do it, and then I could do it after the medication. And I was talking to people. I was interacting. Previously, I just didn't. I think mainly because I was sitting when I was in public. I'll just sit and I'll sit and I'll worry and I'll sit and I'll worry, and I never really focused about anything around me. A lot of people say it's got to do with a lot of people around me. I was not interested in the people around me. It didn't worry me how many people were around me. It was just me worrying to myself. I didn't care what was around me. I completely went out of it. When I panicked, I was out of it. I didn't care what was in front of me, what was left, right. It didn't worry me. I wasn't really there. And I just went out of it, and wow, I was a shy person as well. I was quite shy. And even my older videos, you can see that I was very shy. In my streams, I would hold something back and I would not say, but now I just let it blat out and I talk, and I don't really care anymore, which is definitely helped me in that way. I know a lot of people use alcohol as a way to make yourself less shy, and obviously you've noticed that the other night on my streams. I also noticed that. You see, this is one of the reasons why I brought up this video, because on that stream that I did, I had a laughing moment I hadn't had in a very long time. So, those really happy moments that I was talking about, it happened on the stream. One point where RJ was tuning me about how I'm slurring my speech, and I just started laughing, and I actually had to hide my camera because my face was getting so red. That's those happy moments that I was talking about. And when I started drinking, I had that happy moment. But I don't want to get drinking into a habit, so let's try not do that. I'm not really interested too much in drinking. But yeah, that's why I brought up this video. So yeah, that's about the video, guys. I just wanted to have a little chat, a little update about that situation. I did mention this the other night on my stream, and maybe some people are a little confused about what I was talking about. It was a while ago, and I've had a lot of new subscribers since then. But what I would take away from this video is just take a chance with medication. Sometimes I've heard stories that it doesn't work for everybody, and it might not work for you. But don't think like that, because I thought like that as well, and it stopped me from getting the medication that I needed, and it helped me. It changed my life so much, and you guys should definitely do the same thing. If you have an issue like I do, don't be scared. You're not gonna die. You'll be fine. Because the whole time I was going to the doctor and I was wanting to get, I thought I was gonna die, like dead serious. I was thinking I was gonna die. Because that's what goes through my head all the time. It's terrible. It's the worst thing you could wish upon anybody. I would not want that for anybody. I'm just so glad I got that sorted. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Plenty more to come around. I've got some really cool plans coming with new videos and content, so you will be enjoying yourself quite a bit. Bye everybody, have a good one.